Here's a college application myth. A lot of students think that their essays are being run through these AI detectors. But if you guys want to know the truth, most colleges don't even bother. Why? Well, because as this GW admissions officer pointed out, the AI detectors are far from perfect. Right now, there's so many hallucinations and false positives that the tool is essentially useless to them. But how do admission officers view student AI use? While we were at the conference, we asked so many admission officers this question, and they repeatedly said using AI to brainstorm polish. That's not that different from asking an older sibling or your uncle or your neighbor down the street English teacher for some help. In their opinion, it's quite democratizing, actually. The reality is that not everyone can pay for a private counselor, but now so many students can get really fast, cheap, actually free feedback on grammar and structure. And most importantly, whether their topic or direction is even headed the right way. That said, there are caveats, right? Like, please, obviously, don't let AI write your essay. Admission officers weren't born yesterday. They can easily smell the difference between a 17-year-old's voice and a super polished op-ed. The other thing to note too is that they will compare different parts of your application. Princeton, for example, lets you submit a research portfolio. They even ask for a writing sample from one of your humanities courses. So if your voice sounds wildly different, that might raise some red flags. I'm sorry this has to be said, but try to avoid AI-ish words. Here's a funny example that the GW admissions director shared. He pointed out that the word tapestry appeared in fewer than 50 essays, like 5 years ago. But last year, it showed up more than 500 times. Along that vein, similarly, don't overuse the em dash, even if that's a part of your natural writing. It could be perceived as a little bit of a risk in today's AI climate. What happens if you're accused of using AI? This actually happened to one of my students. Relax, just take a step back and be ready to explain your process. You gotta defend yourself. The best way to do that is to document everything, right? Save all of your past drafts, create copies of your essays, ask your teachers for feedback early and often so that they can also back you up, right? If you do use Chat, Claude, Perplexity, reference the prompt that you wrote. I mean, these days, the AI will save your prompt automatically. So just don't ask it to do something silly like, hey, please write my entire essay. This is okay. Hey chat, can you help me condense this down to 650 words? Can you suggest ways to improve the opening paragraph? Can you give me some tips on how to structure this Why Our School essay? And this is more of a gray area. Hey, can you give me 10 or 20 ideas for a hook that demands admission?